Good morning. Just want to wish everyone a happy Tuesday. Happy Tuesday to everyone. It is November 9th, and we are so excited that today is going to be a great day. And today is my girlfriend, Adele. Today's her birthday. She and I have go way back together. Someone that is so special, such a beautiful person with such a generous and kind heart. And I just want to wish her a happy birthday today. Adele, if you are watching, I just pray a blessing over you. You, girl, you don't age. You do not age. You stay looking young. I mean, you look the same as when I met you 20 something years, 30 something years ago. Oh my gosh, it's been that long. It has been that long. But um, people who are kind and people who are helpful and people who are just have a caring and generous heart, I just feel like you carry the goodness of God, and so by doing that, it just keeps you young. It keeps you refreshed. So happy birthday, girl. I pray that you have a special day and that you enjoy everything about it. Everything about it. And anybody that's watching today, I hope that you are filled with joy and that you're filled with strength and that you're filled with all good things, because every new day that we have is an opportunity to experience the good things of life. I know that sometimes we we sometimes go through things, but it doesn't mean that it has to keep you down. It really doesn't. So I want to just welcome those of you that are watching, and those that watch on the replay. I just, if you have anything that you would want me to know or any questions, let me know, because I will certainly get back to you with that. But let me just get into this. Today, we're going to be talking about Psalm 12. And what I have found is that there have been so many similarities in the things that were written in the Word of God that are happening today in our culture, in our society. And these songs were written to give direction, to give awareness, to give an opportunity for people to see what was happening, and then how to take those things and return it up to God and just say, Lord, we need your help. We need your help. So today we're going to be looking at Psalm 12. And again, every single psalm that I've read this week and last week, David wrote. King David, he was spending his time writing things, and he was spending his time crying out to God because there was so much injustice that was happening, and so he was putting these things into a song. So let me just get into it. All right. So if you want to read along, it's in Psalm 12, and here we go. It says, "Help, Lord." That is the first thing he says. Help, Lord. Help, Lord, for no one is faithful anymore. Those who are loyal have vanished from the human race. Everyone lies to their neighbor. Oh my. Everyone lies to their neighbor. They flatter with their lips, but harbor deception in their hearts. May the Lord silence all flattering lips and every boastful tongue. So this had to be such a huge problem at that time for David to take these words, to take this prayer and put it into a song. He says, "Help, Lord, for no one is faithful anymore. Those who are loyal have vanished from the human race." Everyone lies to their neighbor. They flatter with their lips, but they harbor deception in their hearts. So I thought to myself, what's worse than having haters? Like we've read in the last couple of days how David had to deal with people that were jealous of him, people that were attacking him, people that were undermining him. And that's expected because they are haters, right? But to me, it's like, what's worse than having a hater? What is it? It's people that you think are your friends, that you think are faithful to you, but honestly, they're just flattering you. They're not really for you. These are the same people that belong in the hater category, right? But the thing is, you know your haters, right? Because they make it so obvious that they are against you. They come against you. They lie to you. You know, they make it obvious that they are not for you. But when you have someone on your side and on your camp that hates you, and but you think that you're friends with them and they're faithful to you, that is worse. That's worse. These are straight up deceivers, and they say things to make you feel good. They say the things that your ears want to hear, but they're not truthful. They lie. So we need to watch out for the flatterers. We got to watch out for them, because the message Bible says that everyone talks in lie language. In lie language. Lies slide off their oily lips. Lies slide off their oily lips. And so, you know, how do you know? How do you discern when someone is flattering you, saying all of these things about you, that they really don't mean, that is not in their heart? You know, their heart is not truthful to you. So the first thing to ask is, what is flattery, right? What is flattery? Flattery is an excessive and insincere praise, insincere compliment. And it's really done based on a person wanting something out of you, right? So in David's time, because he was king and because he was the one in the, that made the decisions and provided for the people, he was surrounded by people that would flatter him and would say, "Oh, king, you're so great." Ah, da, 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 da. Or they would say all these things, but they really didn't mean it. It was because they were after something, right? But in our society, flattery can be so many things, right? Because we are in front of people all the time. This can come from someone from the opposite sex looking to make a move on you. They'll flatter you with flowery words and make you think, "Oh, hey, Pastor. Hola. Thanks for joining." It can make you feel like they're with you, but they're not. They're really not. Flattery can come from a jealous friend, who knows that something doesn't look right on you, but they're going to tell you. They're going to tell you that you look amazing, and you don't. So they'll flatter you just so that you can look bad, but they will feel good, right? So their intent is not good, because they're lying, and they're out for your worst and not for your best. And so David is saying, everyone lies to their neighbor. They flatter with their lips, but they harbor deception in their hearts. And so, to me, it's like, like I said before, what's worse than having a hater? To me, what's worse is having someone you think is a friend, but they're not really your friend. And so, it's someone that someone that's close to you, that you feel you can trust, and you can trust their opinion and you can trust their advice, but really you can't, right? So you would be able to handle flattery if you're in a situation where you don't know the person. Like, say you go to a store and you're about to buy something, and the salesperson is going to talk it up, and they're going to say, "Yes, this looks good on you," or "This car looks perfect for you," but meanwhile, the car is like a piece of junk. So you expect that because it's a salesperson, right? And they're trying to make a sale, and so they're going to tell you things, and so you would expect it, right? That's natural. It's natural to have that. You're going to buy something that might be a little tacky for you, but the salesperson is getting their their commission or whatever, you would expect that from them. But if you trust someone's opinion and you want their advice, be careful who you get it from. Be careful. Have discerning eyes and ears, because some people will tell you something knowing it's not right. They want you to fail, right? They want you to suffer and fail. Some people will convince you to jump on a deal knowing you're going to lose money. They want you to suffer and fail. A lot of salespeople in the world. That's right. There are a lot of salespeople in the world. And you just we have to know what's best and what's right. You have to know what's best and right for you, rather than depend on other people's opinions solely. I mean, there are people that we can trust, right? There are trustworthy people, but not everybody you can take their opinions. There is a country song that's called "Flattery Will Get You Everywhere," and that is so true. Flattery will get you everywhere, because you can flatter your way into someone's office, into someone's opinion, because you give them what they want to hear, what their ears are longing for. You can give them that, and they will eat up the words that their tingling ears want to hear. But it's not always what's best. Flattery will get you everywhere, but in the end, it's not what's best. And so David is saying again, everyone lies to their neighbors because there's deception in their hearts. And when you use flattery, you think nothing's wrong, right? What's wrong with telling a little white lie, right? What's wrong with that? Is there any harm done? If you tell your neighbor or your friend or whoever that the new hair color looks nice on them, but it really is a terrible color, like, what's wrong with that? What is wrong with that? You feel like, well, I just made them feel good, right? I made them feel good about themselves, so there's nothing wrong with that. And they walk away confident, thinking that they look good, but they really don't. And so we rationalize that there's no harm, because they don't know the truth, right? And maybe you don't intend to be a flatterer. You just want them to feel good, or you want them to be able to just, not feel bad about themselves. And so you tell them this little white lie. Oh, there's nothing wrong. There's nothing wrong with telling them, yeah, that looks fine on you, or yeah, you should go do this, or yeah, you should marry that person. But what David is saying here, deception is in the heart, which means that those words that you just spoke, they're not sincere. They're not sincere. And it's like, do you want people to tell you the truth? What's worse, right? Do you want people to tell you the truth, or do you want to be lied to? And based on what David is saying, he didn't want to be lied to, because this was a problem. He had to put this in this prayer song. I don't want to be lied to, right? It hurts to hear the truth. We know that. We don't like to hear the truth. It hurts to hear the truth. But at least if you hear the truth, you can correct that thing, so that you don't make that mistake, or so you don't do that thing again. But if you don't hear the truth, then you're going to, whatever it is that you're doing or accepting, you're just going to move forward with that. And so, we have to be at a place, do we want the truth, or do we want the lie? I don't know about you, but I don't want the lie. I don't want the lie. And so why was this put into a song? Why did David sing and pray about this? Because it's something that happens. Why did it come into this song? Why did it play as an important part of this song? And it's because it was happening so much in his time and in his culture. It was happening so much that it was a problem. And the issue is not just about the person you lied to. In the end, they'll be fine, right? Because if they made a mistake, they'll get over it. But David sang about this because the real issue is that deception is in the heart. It's in the heart. And so he sung this song because there was a condition in people's hearts. And it's happening again. Well, Not that it's happening again. It has always happened, and throughout time and throughout generations, this condition still happens. People lie to each other, and again, we always think a little white lie. There's nothing wrong with a little white lie. What's a big deal? It's a little white lie. We don't think it harms anyone. That's right, Pastor Charles. Come on, Jesus. Help us, Lord. We don't think anything is wrong with telling a little white lie. But in all honesty, it harms the very person that is saying it. It doesn't harm the person that is going to. It's really harming the person that is saying it, which is us. It harms us. Flattering lips says that a person's heart is filled with lying and deception, because out of our hearts we speak. So if we're not speaking truthful words, it just means that there's not truth in our heart, and that's a problem. That's a problem. And so why is it a problem? Because these characteristics go against the very nature of God, right? He created us to be righteous and to do good. One of the commandments was, thou shalt not lie, right? Why? Because lying does not come from the nature of God. Lying comes from the nature of Satan. And Jesus said, he said this. He was talking to people in his time, and he said to them, you belong to your father, the devil. He specified who the father was. He said, you belong to the father, the devil, and you want to carry out your father's desires. He was a murderer from the very beginning, not holding to the truth, for there is no truth in him. Hear that again. There is no truth in him. When he lies, he speaks his native language, for he is a liar and the father of lies. That's what Jesus said about Satan. That's what he said about Satan. He said, there is no truth in him. When he speaks, that's his native language. And so, listen, when I was reading this, I was like, God, help me not to even tell the little white lie, because it just shows that I'm not walking in the characteristic and the nature of righteousness. I want my heart to be empty of lying and deception. I used to lie like, whew, let me tell you. I hope my mom's not watching, because when I was young, I would lie about everything, where I was, what I was doing, who I was with, and I was like, oh, she don't know. She don't know what I'm doing. But, thank God he covered me and protected me. But it is lying. It doesn't show that you are from God. And if those of us that serve God and know God and walk in his ways, if we're allowing just a little bit of taintedness to come out of our words, just a little bit of a lie here and there, oh my, it's just saying that we are associated to the one who is the father of lies. And while we're at it, let me just say exaggeration is also lying. You might exaggerate a little bit here and there, but that it comes from the same place. It's lying. Exaggerating is making something that is not interesting more interesting, something not exciting more exciting. And so it might not seem like a big deal, but God is pure, right? God is pure. Heaven is pure. And you can't have clean and dirty water in the same place, coming from the same well, right? Salty water and sweet water do not come from the same place, or bitter water and sweet water don't come from the same source. And so what I mean by this is that you can't say I'm a good person, that you haven't killed anyone, that you haven't robbed a bank or stolen money, and say, but you're like a habitual liar and constantly telling little white lies or exaggerating. That's like having bitter or salty water and sweet water coming from the same source. And so we can't have that. We can't have that, because God will not accept that. It's either this or that. There's no in between. It's black or white. There's no gray. So God is not going to accept someone in his presence that, has a foot here and a foot there. He's not going to do it. He's not going to do it. And in Proverbs 29:5, it says that those who flatter are spreading a net for their feet. Those who flatter are spreading a net for their feet. So again, it's like, you think that it's not harming anybody, but it's really harming you. It comes back on you. It also says in Proverbs 26:28 that a lying tongue hates those it hurts, and a flattering mouth works ruin. I'm going to say that again. A lying tongue hates those it hurts. And so that's powerful, right? Because we think we're not doing any harm. We think the little white lie is not doing anything, but it is. It hurts. And really what it's saying, it hates those that it's saying these things to. So I share this because we are living in a society just like the time of David. And David sang this in his prayer, "Help, Lord, no one is faithful. Those who are loyal have vanished from the human race." And like in David's time, we're seeing more and more that people are not faithful to one another. Their lying tongues show that they hate those they are intentionally hurting. Flattery brings ruin. And, if everyone thinks it's okay to do the little white lie, to say the little white lie, what's going to happen to our society? What's going to happen to our society if we all go on thinking like, oh, we can say a little lie here and a little lie there, or we could flatter someone here and there. So it's an important issue for us, just as it was for them. And so in Psalm 12, David wanted to use this song and this prayer to teach the nation, wanted everyone, because when they sang, those words stayed in their hearts and in their minds, and it was a way to bring awareness to the situation. So he would sing these songs and he would say, "This is for the director of music," right? The director of music, I want you to sing this song. Help, Lord, for no one is faithful anymore. And as people were listening to this, it got into their hearts and it got into their mind, and it made them think a little bit more. So everyone seemed to be great at flattering, which also meant that they were not great at telling the truth. Everyone thought it was okay to flatter and spread white lies here and there. And if everyone feels that that's okay, what happens when our leaders and our rulers are doing this, right? Is it okay for them to lie here and there about their policies that they're enacting? Or when, sorry, excuse me, when they impose a new law, right? When our leaders impose a new law and they use smiling lips to convince us that this is good for us, can we trust them? Are we okay to trust them? Because they're using flattery, they're deceiving us, and we're like, okay, this is good. Yeah, this is good. But can we trust them? So would it be acceptable if your significant other, right, would flatter you and lie anytime just because it's convenient? Is that okay? To me, that's being disrespectful. I would hate to be flattered too, Why? Because we deserve the truth. We deserve truth. We don't want flattering words to just, for that moment, make us feel a certain way, make us feel good about something. We don't need that. We need the truth. And we don't want to be spoken to in an insincere manner. And so, this was as a song. This was written as a song. It was written as a prayer that was sung, so the people would understand um, that this is not good. This is not cool. It's not cool to have flattering lips. And as a songwriter, it's our responsibility to point people in the right way, to bring up these issues, to help people think about it, to sing about it and think about it, and then change that behavior. If we could use lyrics to set the standard, to raise the standard, and help people have better values, point them in the right direction, point them to these issues, and put these issues before them so they can see that it's not right. It's not right to flatter people. That's why that country song was saying, flattery can get you anywhere. Yes, it can get you anywhere, but it's not right. It's not right. So, we need to write lyrics. As songwriters, we need to write lyrics that promote being truthful and the importance of being truthful. So a couple of songs that come to mind, Aretha Franklin had a song called Truth and Honesty. Gwen Stefani had a song that's called Truth. And she was saying in the song, something about this feels right. Truth, something about this feels right. Kelly Clarkson wrote a song called Honestly. And in it she said, would you face me, make me listen to the truth even if it breaks me? You can judge me, love me, but if you're hating me, do it honestly. That's a mic drop right there. I'm going to say that again. Kelly Clarkson said, would you face me, make me listen to the truth, even if it breaks my heart? If it breaks me, you can judge me and love me, but if you're hating me, do it honestly. If you're hating me, do it honestly. That's a powerful lyric right there. Whoever wrote that song for Kelly Clarkson, that is the truth. If you're going to hate me, do it honestly. Don't hate me and pretend like you love me, because it's not helping me. Just straight up hate me. And no, none of us, I'm not saying that we should hate people, okay? Don't take it the wrong way. I'm just saying be truthful in how you interact with someone. If you don't connect with someone, just depart ways. Just don't be with that person. But don't try to deceive someone and make them think that you're with them when you're not, when your heart is not with them. All right? There's another song by Francesca Battistelli, and it's called If We're Honest. And to me, the lines in this song are so good. They're so good. And this is what she says. She says, truth is harder than a lie. She is so right. Truth is harder than a lie. The dark seems safer than the light. Just to those two lines right there they're powerful. And everyone has a heart that loves to hide. So she's saying truth is harder than a lie. The dark seems safer than the light, and everyone has a heart that loves to hide. I'm a mess and so are you. We've built walls that nobody can get through. Yes, it may be hard, but the best thing we could ever do is, it's being honest. Bring your brokenness and I'll bring mine, because love can heal what hurt divides. And mercy's waiting on the other side if we're honest. That's good. That's good stuff. Those are great, great lines. So, I'm wrapping this up. I'm going to wrap it up. We're going to get to the end here. In verse 6, going back to King David, he says, and the words of the Lord are flawless, like silver purified in a crucible, like gold refined 7 times. The words of the Lord are flawless. The Message Bible says that God's words are pure words. His words are pure words. they're like refined silver. When refining silver is like an intense process to get silver, there's a huge process to get that. And David is saying that God's word is like that. Like his words are so pure, right? They're so pure. There's no impediment. There's nothing wrong with his words. They're trustworthy. They're true. The Heavenly Father will not lie. He does not lie. There's only truth in him. Only truth in him. They are pure words. They are just as pure in heaven as they are in earth. You can trust what he says. He will always be honest. He will always be true. And so this is what we need to work on today. This is what we need to work on today. When we think about for a moment how you should respond to someone, then think about being truthful. And if you're hearing this, it's because you need to hear this. It's important to hear this. It's important to hear. It's important for me to hear, to be truthful, not to use flattery to get more likes, not to use flattery to get more attention, to get more respect. You know, you can get it, but it's temporary. And it only shows that there's deception in the heart. And so as songwriters, okay, Pastor Charles says there's still people in this world seeking truth wholeheartedly. Jesus tell us, you will know the truth and the truth shall set you free. That's good. People are seeking truth more, yes, more than ever. More than ever, we need truth. We need truth because there are so many lies that are being spoken. And some people are falling for it. People are falling for the lies. And I want to commit to this. You know, maybe I'll write a song about being truthful. Add to the list of songs that have already been written that we talked about with Aretha Franklin and Gwen Stefani. And there's more. There's tons of country artists that have written songs about being truthful. That's how you change a behavior. That's how you change the values of a society. And so, yes. So let us, for songwriters and for people who speak, who are in prominent positions, let us be the ones that set the way, pave the way so that others can learn and develop and grow these things. Because if there are more people telling the truth, then there will be more people speaking the truth. I'm going to say that again. If there are more people telling the truth, then more people will be speaking the truth. All right? So that's it. That's what I have. That's what I have. And I just thank God that every day he's been pointing at something that we need to learn as a people and as a society, as individuals. We are learning and growing from this songwriting journey. And so I hope that you learned something. And thank you for hanging out with me today, this early morning. And yeah, let me know. Let me know if you think that we should be talking about other things as well. I find that the book of Psalms, these prayer songs, were so important to help align people back to the truth and to what was right. And so it's helping me a lot, and I hope it will help you as well. So listen, I will be back tomorrow with another psalm, and I want you to make it a great day. And if you haven't had a chance to go to my website, which is secondgenmusic.com, check it out. Put your email address, and I'll send you the prayer guide for my family, so that you can have that and have something to pray with your family each and every day. Speak words of life over them every day. All right, I'm signing off. God bless you. Have a great, great, great day, everybody. Ciao.